Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is your brother Ayash Gabar from the GMS Virginia camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that I pray that you find edifying. I got this little video and then a little article, and I'm gonna break out some precepts. But yeah, man. I mean, these devils are pissed at each other. You know, these devils are pissed at their lifestyles. You know, they're actually watching. You know, the kingdom that they so violently stole and called it their own go by the wayside. You know, they're starting to pick up on the fact that their kings and their princes have sold them out, you know, and caused this place to go from sugar to shit. And yeah, so I'm gonna break out this little video from TikTok. You know, I'll say fair use because this, I mean, we may have seen it. I haven't seen the red flag, but I've seen, you know, like, I've seen your standard flag flown. Of course, we all seen that. And then we've seen the black flag. A few of us may have seen and noticed that. But this video goes into the mindset of what these Americans are thinking about. You know, and when I say Americans, I mean Esau Edom. You know, this is going into the mindset that they're getting in, or that they're in. They're actually getting very upset to the point where they're flying flags like this. So enough of my mumbling or rambling. Let me play this video right quick. So yeah, yeah, it is right there. You know, just that is the mindset of Esau Edom. The mindset of Esau Edom is, that's it, no quarters. You get Nathan nada. You're not even getting a say so in your destruction. You know, and when Yahweh Shemi Shai said that they shall come in like a flood, you know, they're gonna come in like a flood because they're watching their kingdom go to shit. You know, they're watching everything that they've been told crumble, and they're watching everything that they worked for being sold out by their elites, by their kings and princes. You know, so what's going to happen later on this year, or maybe even tomorrow or next month or within the next few months, but whatever's going to happen very soon is going to cause these people to lose their shit. It's going to cause these people to just go all the fuck out. And Jake being Jake, Jake ain't gonna get out of the way of this, because it's gonna eventually turn into a race war. It's gonna eventually turn into a war between you Jakes, because aside from these people fighting against each other, it's gonna turn to you as being the problem, because you're the face of the problem. You Jakes have been labeled the problem people. Meanwhile, if you look at the statistics and if you look at what's really going on, and trust me, they see what's really going on. They see who's getting the benefits and they understand who's getting the benefits, but they don't want to admit that they're getting most of the benefits, but they rather put that shit off on Jake because you Jakes have always been a scapegoat. We've always been a people that you could blame shit on and then look at the other nations and say, well, look, see, you see how they acting? This devil has always been an accuser of thy brother. He's always been that accuser, but these other nations are starting to pick up on that and realize, well, hold on one second. Your brother was in the house when that shit happened. How did he do it? How can you possibly blame your brother for that when you were the one outside behind the fucking fence doing crazy shit? These other nations are starting to look at Esau Edom side eye. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah said it would be so. These nations would be mad. But so this is just one of them things that tells us that we are definitely in a time where this devil is about to come down having great wrath, and he's going to use his people to do it. He's going to use his sword, or excuse me, he's going to use these lower level Edomites to destroy other lower level Edomites. And then these lower level Edomites in the process is going to be going after you Jakes as well, who cannot defend yourselves whatsoever. You Jakes have no covering. Yeah, okay, a lot of Jakes have guns and this, that. Yeah, all right, fine, no problem. But you ain't got them on the level of Esau. Yeah, okay, a lot of you Jakes got guns and you may go to the range once or twice a month. Yeah, okay, not like E. These motherfuckers sleep with their guns. They building their own shit. They going out there in the back fucking woods and they're practicing with their shit. They're showing their little 5-year-old daughter Becky how to run that shit. What are you niggas doing? You niggas sitting on the porch eating Cheetos and Sprite. And drinking Sprite. Not giving a fucking care of anything. Because it's not affecting you yet. It didn't hit you yet. You don't see it yet. Some of you Jakes do. But for the most part, a lot of you Jakes don't even see it. Especially you women. You women don't see it at all. You don't see it at all. Because if you women seen or had an inkling of what's to come, you motherfuckers would actually bow down and find you a man and shut the fuck up. But that's not what you're doing. That's not what you're doing. You women are actually waxing worse and worse. So keep that energy there. I want you to. Because during the time of Jacob's trouble, they're telling you they're not going to give a fuck about you. They're telling you these things out of their own mouths through their symbolisms, And what I mean by their symbolisms, I mean their flags. So let me break out a scripture right quick and go into this article that I got. Civil war is inevitable. Race war, inevitable. World war, inevitable. All of these things are inevitable. But let me break this out. The book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? How can a devil cast out a devil? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And this place is divided. It can't stand. These people don't see eye to eye no more. It's either left or right. Because at one time it was either left, independent, or right. And somewhere in the mix, the independents got swallowed up. And they either went left or right. So it's either left or right. Either you're with this or with that. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself, and that's what Satan is doing, he's rising up against himself. And when it says Satan, all it means is deceiver, you know. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, so Satan is rising up against himself, the left against the right, and they are divided, he cannot stand. This place cannot stand but have an end, and that end is manifest. That end is manifesting right now, right before your eyes. But 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are living your day-to-day as if you're in mirth. You know? You're not seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's not even a thought in your mind. Why? Because you just got paid, because it's Friday night, and you possibly had the day off because of this internet or networking issue that a lot of companies have been having, you know, and you're not living in Texas where you don't have power. So a lot of you jakes are probably down at the beach or over at the bar or doing whatever. You know, that is unbeneficial to you. You know, you jakes ain't seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushua before the evil days draw nigh, and those days are nigh. Those days are here. We're there. You know? So a lot of you people are about to get it, man. So that's enough of this video. You know what I'm saying? I wanted you to see that flag. You know what I'm saying? It's because if you are driving around a certain neighborhood, or if you're on the highway and you see that flag and you might have questions, hey, what does that flag mean? That flag means no quarters. They're not going to give a fuck about your age, your color, your this, your that. Nah, that's it. You're done. If you ain't with me, you against me. That's what that means. So I'm going to close out of this, and I'm going to grab this article here. And this is out of the Washington Times, and the title of it reads, Dear America, we can have civil war and face destruction, or we can unite and fight the true enemy, which is all bullshit. A former Muslim woman's plea to Americans. So fuck them, fuck that, fuck it. A civil war is going to happen whether they like it or not. You know? A civil war is going to happen whether they like it or not. Because a lot of these people are scared. Those people who can actually see the direction in which this place is going, they're very frightened, they're terrified. It's one thing for you to be a Muslim over in these other countries like Afghanistan and Iran and blah, blah, blah. It's one thing to deal with a civil war there, you know, over in Egypt, let's say. It's different because they don't have the guns and, the artilleries that the Americans have here. They don't have those things over there. Yeah, okay, you got some people with them, but for the most part, most people don't have that. So all they do is go on the streets and they riot and do this. Salakia. All they do is go out in the streets and riot and do this, that, or the other. But over here in Babylon the Great, it's a different animal. It's a different mindset. Because now, the people who are warring, or the people who are going to war against themselves, are the rulers of this world. The rulers of this world is going against themselves. Because the scriptures say that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked is fighting against themselves. Wicked upon wicked. It's beautiful. Oh man, so let me go on and let me read a little bit of this article. I ain't gonna go into the whole thing, but I just want to go into it because a lot of people see it and a lot of people know it and a lot of people are fearful of those things who are watching these things come to pass. But let me go into it. And I find it kind of funny that this Muslim, or the so-called Muslim woman, brings out a biblical scripture. Why she ain't pulling that shit out of the Quran? You know, the reason why is because the Quran don't go into prophecy. You know, the scriptures break out prophecy. The scriptures give you an understanding on what's to come. The words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, faithful and true. So this writer just used that scripture, not understanding the severity of that scripture. Oh, let me use this scripture. It sounds good. Okay. You know, you got a lot to pay for, even you other nations, for declaring the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in your mouths. But let me go into the article, and it reads, if a house divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And that's what I just read, out of the book of Mark. Our nation recently witnessed a tragic and historic event that shook everyone to the core. The attempt on, that guy, this event starkly highlighted a deep political war and division plaguing the world's most powerful nation. And that's what this is, the world's most powerful nation. Look, man, when this place collapses, it's going to be like the collapse of no other place upon the face of the earth. And it's going to be the most horrific. It's going to be the most tumultuous time that you ever have been in. It's going to be no movie can depict how bad this place is going to get at all. The world's most powerful nation, with eyes now firmly fixed on America. Yeah, these other nations are looking at what's going on over here in Babylon the Great, and they're shaking their fucking head like, we followed these motherfuckers? We changed our customs to be like them, and this is how the fuck they turned out? What the fuck? With eyes now firmly fixed on America, international speculation, especially from the Muslim world, predicts a potential civil war. It's not potential, it's going to happen. All of these things are going to happen through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, through a potential civil war. These observers hope to see America crumble and destroy itself from within, desiring a more divided and weakened nation that loses its global power and position. So these other nations that Babylon the Great has invaded, has destroyed, or has them under subjection, are wishing for these people who actually live in this place to destroy this place. All they're doing is sitting back on the sideline and watching the shit with popcorn. These other nations are looking at what's going on and shaking their fucking heads like, look at this shit. And they got the nerve to talk about us. The hypocrisy. Reading on with the article, we as Americans must understand that our enemies are waiting for us to be destroyed, and we cannot let that happen. I'm sorry, but what you want don't matter to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But what if some did not believe? It's going to happen. Civil war is going to happen, whether you like it or not. Oh, I don't want it to happen. The Lord don't give a fuck about what you want and what you don't want. It's his will and his pleasure. If he wants a civil war, well, guess what? A civil war is going to happen. Reading on with the article, I grew up during the Civil War years in Turkey, experiencing firsthand the horrors of internal conflict. It was a war between the right and the left parties, where the people killed each other. I grew up amidst gunshots, bombs, explosions, and that's going to be magnified here in Babylon the Great, because with the borders open, a lot of those people who were once over there are now over here. A lot of those people who were doing those things in her country are now over here. So I'm telling you, man, it's about to get wicked out this place. And all they're doing is sitting back and waiting for that phone call. All right, let's go. Man, you people. Reading on with the article. A T trainer center was next to our building, and I developed a complex PTSD at a young age. Well, you about to get that shit back multiplied. At a young age, making fireworks anything making fireworks anything but fun for me. My mom and I were once trapped in the middle of a battlefield until the police rescued us. And in that day, the police ain't gonna rescue you. And in that day, the police are gonna be overwhelmed. Where the police are gonna be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go and attend to my family. I'm gonna make sure that my family's all right. Fuck these other people. And that's gonna be the mindset of a lot of people. A lot of these people ain't gonna go out there and save a hoe. You ain't gonna have a captain save a hoe or a heroic police officer that's gonna run in and save a family, especially you Jakes. Especially you Jakes, you know what I'm saying? Because these devils let you know all the fucking time that they don't give a fuck about you. You can be drowning in a river, you and a fucking dog, and these devils will jump in and save the dog and let your ass drown. That's why the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. For like his iron rusteth, man. But you Jakes don't learn. So does his wickedness. Reading on with the article. Until the police rescued us. The Civil War ended only when the military coup intervened. You know? So I'm not gonna go too deep into this article, you know what I'm saying? You can read it on your own, but if what happened last week was carried through, man, this place would have been in an uproar. This place would have seen all out calamity at the drop of a fucking dime. There would have been no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The people would have just flipped their fucking wig. And you would have had the left versus the right going the fuck off. And you Jakes have already been considered enemy number 2. Maybe number 1, I don't know. I'm going to break out a few more scriptures. The book of 2 Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. And that's just what's going to happen. These devils already got their swords and they're sharpening them shits. Them motherfuckers practicing day out, day in. They're practicing how to clear rooms, how to clear buildings, how to clear forests. They've even set certain perimeters up. Whereas if you drive your ass in, it better be a drive-through. Don't stop. It better be a drive-through. And if your ass is still there when the sun go down, well, then you knew the situation before you went in. These devils are setting up shit like that. And a lot of you Jakes are just ignorant to these facts. You Jakes are ignorant to the fact that the guy Bob that you're working right next to is looking at your ass like, if you come in my neighborhood, that's it for you. I'm not going to defend you. I'm not going to help you. Bob hates your ass. Meanwhile, you love Bob. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Hey, man, yeah, I stopped at the store and grabbed you something. Oh, thanks. Whatever. Thank you, Andre. I appreciate that. That was a nice gesture. Oh, man, no problem, Bob. Meanwhile, Bob never bought your ass shit. You Jakes are looking for love in the wrong place, in all the wrong places. The book of 2 Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. And they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You let these elections go left. These right motherfuckers will flip their wig. Or you let these elections go right. These left motherfuckers is going to flip their wig. You're now at the point where it could go either fucking way. But either way, these motherfuckers about to flip their fucking wig. These people are about to lose it. And you Jakes are sitting by. No. Oh, wait, a daisy. Meanwhile, a sword is being sharpened right in front of your fucking faces, and you niggas don't even pay attention to that shit. So you just deserve to be destroyed. You deserve to be destroyed. You know, I'm going to close out on this. The book of Psalms, chapter 18 and verse 4. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. And it's going to be that bad, where death is going to be a common occurrence, and it's going to compass you. Where men is going to be dying on your left and your right. And the floods, you know, when the enemy shall come in as a flood, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. But what did Yahweh Shem Yahushua say? I shall save thee from afar. You know, thou worm Jacob, don't worry. Why are we worried? 2/3 are going to worry. Because the death in this place is going to be so great, man. These people just ain't going to know what to do or how to react. They're going to be looking for a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua for direction, guidance. And the Lord is going to laugh at their calamities through his prophets. So I just wanted to bring that out, you know what I'm saying? It's because we're definitely in those times of a civil war where Satan is about to go up against Satan, and as well as, you know, these civil wars breaking out where, nation against nation is about to come to pass, because a lot of you Jakes came in from the south, you know, and you moved into these neighborhoods where you're not wanted, you know, and these Edomites are just fed up about it. So, you know, they're looking at their great last white hope. And if their great white hope fails, man, they just gonna fucking lose it. Anyhow, so with that, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.